Hello, my name is Maria Morales, and today I'm going to discuss wage gap among all women. So I did my brochure here, and I hope that I am sharing it. Okay, so for my hashtag, I decided to do hashtag equal pay for equal work. And my slogan, even though it doesn't rhyme, I came up with it because even though women love a great discount, a great sale, we definitely don't want it on our paycheck. And even though our paycheck is discounted, it doesn't mean that services and goods and products are cheaper or are at a discounted price just for women because we get paid less in the US. The symbol that I decided to use for this presentation is a dollar bill and 82 cents here, with a sign that is not an equal sign. And I'll discuss why I chose that. So I want to start off with some important facts. For every dollar a man gets paid, women get paid 82 cents. And even though 82 cents compared to a dollar may not be so much of a difference, when you add it up, that means that women are winning $10,000 less a year than men. And so therefore, I chose to put here 82 cents. And I do think I did want to do this topic because it does directly affect me, not only because I am a female, but also because I am a minority female. So the wage gap is wider among minority women, and women make less than men in nearly all professions, including athletes. The wage gap does exist regardless of your education level or educational attainment. So an engineer who has a master's degree who is a male, or an engineer who is a female that has a master's degree, even though their educational attainment is equal, more than likely the male is going to be making more money than the female. Okay, so it worsens when the female is a minority. So with African American women, they are paid 64 cents for every dollar paid to white non-Hispanic men. For Latinas and Hispanic women, they're getting paid 57 cents for every dollar paid to a white non-Hispanic man. Amongst the Asian American and Pacific Islander women, they're getting paid 52 cents for every dollar paid to white non-Hispanic men. But why? Why is this happening? One of the main reasons is sexism. It's just the way that culture sees women. They see women as, they have a stereotype towards women that they need to be home, they need to take care of the kids, and they need to take care of all the household responsibility. White supremacy, gender racial discrimination, and wage penalty for women. So when we're talking about wage penalty, what I mean is that for every child that a woman has, means that they are getting, their salary is getting reduced as they have more children. So for each children, their salary is getting reduced. And so even though it's a negative effect on women's salary, for man, it's an actually positive effect. So let's say man have 3 children, it is actually better for him in his career to have children. It has that positive effect. The employer sees them like, okay, he's a breadwinner, he has his 3 children, he has to get paid fairly. But for women, because we're expected to take kids to the doctor's office and we're gonna miss work because we are going to recover from giving from childbirth. So we're missing work, and so it's a negative effect for women. So the consequences are that $930 billion get lost in wages among women every year. Women have less money to support their household, save for the future, or purchase goods and services. And even though we're getting paid less, in the United States, mothers are breadwinners in 40% of families with children under 18 years of age. So what type of other consequences does this have on women? So if the annual gender wage gap were eliminated, on average, a working woman in the United States would have enough money for approximately more than 13 additional months of childcare, nearly 7 additional months of premiums for employer-based health insurance, more than 74 weeks of food, more than 6 more months of mortgage and utility payments, and enough money to pay off student loan debt in just under 4 years. So I found these to be very interesting when we're talking about it long term. Okay, so I did want to talk about the relationship between the COVID-19 pandemic and the wage gap in women. Because of the pandemic, many women had to quit their jobs or they were laid off. One of the reasons was the lack of childcare. And so the lack of childcare forced women out of their workforce. So some solutions and policies. I found these acts that could definitely help with making that wage gap smaller. There's Paycheck Fairness Act, Fair Pay Act, Raise the Wage Act, Empower Act, Healthy Families Act, Build Back Better Act, and Pregnant Workers Fairness Act. So for me, I think the act that I think should definitely be placed, especially in workplaces, is the Build Back Better Act, because this would establish a national paid family and medical leave insurance program for women and men. So this definitely affected me, because when I had my child, I had to save up all my sick time, all my vacation time, and work overtime so I could get paid during that time that I was going to be off of work. Another important act is that I found was the Pregnant Workers Fairness Act, and this would give access to quality, affordable childcare and for a women, and it would help with predictable schedules, and it would help with the advancement of women in the workforce, because it has been found that every time that a woman has a child, they're actually at a disadvantage at work. The more they have, the more they're at a disadvantage at work, as far as like promotion, as far as raise in salary within their company. Another solution that I found, that would be very important is to have to give full funding for to federal agencies that investigate and enforce fair pay. So if we had this an agency that could fully help investigate, or that could investigate workplaces that have unfair pay towards women, their women workers, this would help tremendously, because they would have to collect pay information and definitely promote fair pay for those women. So this is crucial, because it would uncover and eliminate discriminatory workplace practices that harm women. So these are my references, and thank you so much for listening.